Man, Wall Street is just so freaking corrupt. It's embarrassing. I can't stand these guys. So I'm listing this book called The Fund by Ray Dalio, not written by Ray Dalio, but it's written about Ray Dalio, the stupid head manager, the founder of Bridgewater Associates. The only thing good about Ray Dalio is I think he's still married to his first wife and he's got 4 kids. That's it. Everything else just sucks about that guy. What a clown, dude. And I better use the word allegedly. But let's just put it this way. He engaged in a lot of mistruths, misinformation, alleged mistruths and misinformation. I don't want to get sued by Ray Dalio and his business. Just listen to the book, The Fund. I mean, I'm sure Ray Dalio sued the guy who read it. I don't know. I'm sure. I imagine he did. Allegedly he did. But it's just as freaking crazy, man. So Ray Dalio developed he was calling for depressions, not just recessions, every single year, basically, from 1980. So there's one he's on with Wall Street Week with Lou Rukeyser, and he's calling for depression. Right in 1982, what happened at the beginning of in the middle of 82? Oh, we went on the greatest bull market economic growth that we've ever seen in the United States, probably the world ever. And from 1982, he was calling for depression. He was calling for depression in 93, 94, 95, 96, all this crap. And then he says, I called the financial, the dot-com bubble in 2000. And they're like, dude, you called all these depressions every year. It's like you've called 15 of the last 2 depressions. It's crazy. But anyway, so he uses his marketing things. He just misleads. I hate this crap, man. Just tell the truth. Anyway, so apparently somehow he got in tight with Tim Geithner, who is the president of the New York Fed. And basically, and I don't know how long this goes back, but basically, if you're the president of the New York Fed, you'll be the next in line to be the president of the Treasury. All right, chairman of the Fed. Excuse me. You'll be the next in line to be chairman of the Fed. Generally speaking, as AAA, the president of the Fed, New York Fed, will become the chairman of the Fed when the chairman of the Fed resigns. Be it Volcker, be it Greenspan, whoever. Anyway, so apparently old Dalio knew Tim Geithner somehow, and he was feeding Geithner. This is in the midst of the, and remember, well, I didn't tell you this yet, but Dalio was saying there shouldn't be a big issue with the speculative mortgage bust. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, all right? And then, but anyway, so then he started saying it was a big deal. So he backtraps. Oh, it could be a big deal. I've done a video on this. The Baltimore stockbroker. I don't know if you ever saw my video on the Baltimore stockbroker. Look it up, man. Look up my video on the Baltimore stockbroker, because this is like Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is like the Baltimore stockbroker. Look it up. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, so going back to what I was saying. So he gets paid. He took some bets that the federal government would start spending money, all right? And he's in tight with Timothy Geithner, who's in tight with, I think his Greenspan was a chair back then. And so Timothy Geithner is telling Greenspan, hey, you should start spending some money, federal money. We need to print with all this stuff. And Ray Dalio makes bank off that. It's just a bet. It's all it is. It's not bringing wealth to the table. It's not increasing jobs. It's just taking a bet on the direction of interest rates, the direction of monetary policy. When he has some knowledge with Timothy Geithner, it's just as crazy. And so Timothy Geithner starts spending, I guess advising Greenspan to print money and spend money and all this stuff. And Ray Dalio makes money. He made $780 million. Him personally. Not his mutual funds or his hedge funds, I should say. He personally made $780 million in 2008. No, but, he's just creating jobs. He said just the whole thing about there shouldn't be a wealth tax or a higher income tax. No, bullcrap, dude. Bullcrap. Can you go to Timothy Geithner's office and give him advice on what to do and then turn around and freaking make money on it? You can, I can't, so why should freaking Ray Dalio? It's not just him, it's all these clowns. If you're going to take a wild speculative bet and you're going to profit amazingly on that wild speculative bet, right? And you win to the point where you could potentially take countries out, like Soros. You have more skin in the game, which means, and I mean more skin in the game, which means you got to pay more because you have more skin in the game from hurting our own damn country. You shouldn't just get away with paying. I don't even know what income. Do they pay a long-term capital gain tax? I have no idea. It's just freaking crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm sorry. If you make a profit of over I mean, I don't even know what it'd be. $100 million. No, you no longer get freaking. You have to lose 50% of that or something. I don't know what it'd be. I mean, I might get it. It's just to make a profit of $780 where you created no wealth, because it's a zero-sum game in these hedge funds. You make money, the other guy has to lose money. That's what it is. It's poker, dude. You make money, the other guy has to lose. There's no wealth created. I mean, you could say, well, it's wealth created by the federal government because on the profits you have to pay tax. So I get it. But these are extraordinary profits. And how many freaking hedge funds do we bail out, long-term capital management? Who did government bail? I can't remember. I read that book by, was it Roger Lowenstein? I don't think it's Roger Lowenstein who wrote that. The Smartest Man on Wall Street. Maybe it was. I can't remember how it worked. But I mean, I just know they almost took down the United States capital markets. It's just the whole thing's corrupt, dude. It's, again, privatize the profits, socialize the risk. And you're like, oh, but, Trump's going to solve this. No, he's not. Biden's not going to solve it. None of these guys are, because these guys run the damn show. It's freaking despicable. Capitalism, the biggest frauds in the world. Now, I was just listening before that. I was listening to this thing on Goldman Sachs with freaking Leo DiCaprio and Jamie Foxx, all these scumbags, dude. Just how they're basically... The Malaysian wealth fund was taking money from the Malaysian taxpayer and using it to fund all this art purchases by this guy named J-Lo and the Prince of Malaysia, whatever the hell it is, and it's a prime minister. Just free, and then turn around paying Leonardo DiCaprio and some stupid chick named Miranda Kerr. No, it's just is freaking disgusting. These people, Leonardo DiCaprio is all like, I believe in climate change. He's bounced around all these freaking multi-million-dollar yachts, private jets all over the place. These guys are scumbags, dude. Scumbags. And Goldman Sachs was knee-deep in with them. All these bankers were knee-deep in with this stuff. And it's just disgusting. Disgusting. And they're hurting capitalism. And I don't know who said it, Lenin or Marx. The capitalist will sell us the rope for which we use to hang them. And I think that's 100% that's 100% right. I'm not saying it's 100% fantastic. I just think it's 100% right. That's how bad capitalists suck. Because again, or corporatists suck. Capitalists are great. Corporatists suck. All right, God bless.